Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here. We have two lines open at 270-9933. Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
What am I smelling? What is that?
You are smelling, this is a geranium, a scented geranium called Citron, and it's citronella scented.
Yeah.
And it's billed as a mosquito plant. And so what it does is that the scent of it sort of disrupts the mosquito's ability to smell you.
That's great.
And so they wouldn't be inclined to seek you out and bite you, but you'd have to stand right next to it.
Oh, okay. Well,
So,
like you could surround your whole deck with it.
There you go. Yeah.
And you brought a pretty begonia.
Yeah, begonia. This is star flower, Beth's Blue, which it's a really pretty annual.
Oh, very pretty. Oh, it's brightening up the
Just
studio.
spring.
Let's go ahead and get to the phones, and we'll start with Tim in Stoughton. Hi, Tim. What's your question?
Hi, thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
Lisa, just a question. My wife asked me this weekend about our iris plants. They're just about done blooming. They're not bearded.
Okay.
They're a longer stem, and I'm not sure what variety they are. But, she was asking when would be a good time to cut those iris back, and how far back should we cut them?
Well, what you want to do, Tim, is take out the spent flowers for sure. You can take those back all the way into the plant. And as far as cutting iris back, they would really rather you didn't, but if you want to divide them, if they're getting a little big for your space, you'd want to do that sort of at the end of June or early July. You could just dig them up and slice the clump in half or in quarters and then sort of spread them out. And you probably have a Japanese or a Siberian iris. Those are the taller, non-bearded ones.
All right, great. Well, thank you for calling today. Let's go to Pat in Madison. Hi, Pat. What's your question?
My question is, my bridal wreath shrub is done blooming, and the flowers are falling off. I want to know if now is the time that I should prune it or wait until fall, and is that true with all flowering plants? Like I have
Let me just give you a general rule of thumb.
Okay.
So shrubs that bloom in the early spring, so before June 1st, generally bloom on old wood, which means you want to prune them right after they're done flowering. So bridal wreath is one, magnolias, crab apples, that kind of thing. Flowering shrubs that bloom after June 1st are usually blooming on old wood or on new wood, which means that you can prune them when they're done flowering. So we're talking about other kinds of spirea, potentilla, that sort of thing. So go ahead and prune back your bridal wreath and get it into shape, and then it'll be ready to set flowers for next spring.
All right. Oh, those are good dates to know, to kind of that window to keep in mind.
Absolutely.
Let's go to Jeannie in Barneveld. Hi, Jeannie. What's your question?
Hi, I actually have a couple questions. I'm going to dig up my weed barrier, and I've already put down mulch. I know that wasn't the smartest thing I ever did. And I want to dig up some daylilies I have. So how should I dig up that weed barrier without making a mess?
Weed barriers are really hard to get out, so generally I just take them out sections at a time. If they're old, they'll usually rip, or if they're pretty, sometimes I have some that is just really tough, and I just kind of, jerk them along until till I get enough mulch off, and then slice them with a knife and then pull the mulch back over the cleared out area.
And quickly, what was your other question?
About my daylilies. They're in the weed barrier, so how do I get them out then?
So what you'll want to do is take the mulch back away from the daylilies and sort of then pull the weed barrier away and then dig those up and divide them up if you want to, but you're going to want to wait to do that until after they're done flowering.
Okay. All right. Let's very quickly try to get another question in about daylilies. Hi, Rhonda. What's your question?
Hi, Lisa. I have daylilies. They come up in the spring, and the leaves on them are beautiful. They're green, and now they're starting to turn like a brownish yellow, and they do this every year. They still flower, but the leaves are awful.
There are some daylilies that are susceptible to, it's some kind of blight, or I think it's a rust. So bring some samples into the Bruce Company or to your local garden center. Put them in a bag, so if there's anything going on, you don't spread it, and they'll take a look and probably give you some recommendations for fungicides.
All right. Thank you, Lisa. We're all out of time. Do you have time to stick around and talk to people online? Okay, great. If you're on the line, stay on the line, and Lisa will talk to you in the newsroom. Great to see you.